My name is Claire Solomon. I'm from SOAS, University around the corner. I'd like to welcome you all here today for this Stop the War Student Activist Day. I'm sure you're all aware of the brilliant wave of occupations that have been going on in universities for the last couple of weeks, and I'm really pleased to see so many people here that have been involved in these occupations. I'm sure you're all absolutely knackered, as I am myself, so well done for making it, and it's really nice to see so many new faces as well. We've got quite a few different sessions today, and hopefully you'll all get the opportunity to contribute in one of them. And this first session, we've got, as you can see, our 5 speakers, and then we're going to open up the floor for people to make contributions. And the speakers are going to have 5 minutes each. And our first speaker, because he does need to leave early, is going to be Jeremy Corbyn, well-known member of the Stop the War Coalition and MP, and he's going to be speaking for 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Sorry I've got to leave straight away. I have to attend a function at the mosque in Finsbury Park when I will no doubt be talking about Gaza, Palestine, and the great work they've done in mobilising a lot of young people to come out on the demonstrations against the occupation of Gaza. And I think it's very important that in all our work we reach out to every community and every group that we possibly can. And reaching out has got to be the watchword of it. Secondly, I'd say that yes, I am very proud to be part of Stop the War Coalition and very proud of the work the Stop the War Coalition has done over the past 8 years nearly in opposing the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and opposing the occupation of Palestine. And we've always made it one of our slogans on every demonstration: yes, we're opposed to Afghanistan and Iraq, but we're also opposed to the occupation of Palestine. It's been a central theme of the Stop the War Coalition from the very beginning. There is also a stall outside for the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, which I'm involved with. Indeed, I'm one of the patrons of it and spend a lot of time working with them. This isn't a competition between campaigns. This is campaigns working together. And the Palestine Solidarity Campaign has a specific role and specific function in constantly raising the issues of Palestine. The function of the Stop the War Coalition is to mobilise people against this absurd war on terror promoted by George Bush, but also to mobilise people in a way that we've achieved with, I think, great success over the past few weeks concerning the occupation of Gaza, for the attacks on Gaza by the Israelis, occupation, withdrawal, and I suspect reoccupation again. Because we founded the Stop the War Coalition in 2001, because we've kept that infrastructure going, because we've kept a very large national membership going with Stop the War Coalition, we were able to mobilise the largest demonstrations anywhere in Europe, if not in the whole world, against the occupation of Gaza, because we had the infrastructure there to do it. And I thank all of those people that took part in those demonstrations and the students that have taken part in the occupations. I have visited a number of these student occupations, and I think they're absolutely fantastic and very, very inspiring to be at. And I want to congratulate all those that have organised them, because it shows a practical way of making a demand on a university concerning its investment policy, concerning the boycott policy, concerning the issues of justice and human rights for the people of Gaza. But it also is a very important message of solidarity, because if we were a student gathering at the Islamic University in Gaza or at Birkbeck University on the West Bank, just suppose we were a lecture now, any of you that had tried to travel to Birkbeck from Jerusalem that day would have probably spent several hours on a journey that, had you got a car and there were no checkpoints, you could make in 15-20 minutes. Exactly ditto in Gaza, because young people cannot travel. In Gaza, they cannot get out of Gaza. In the West Bank, they cannot travel around. There's reserved roads, the settler roads. For the Palestinians, it's the tracks and checkpoints. And in Gaza, I've met many students during my visits there who, great people, very determined, great at learning, want to achieve things. But they have to live their lives watching the whole world through a computer screen or a television screen. For them, the opportunity to travel is just a dream. It's not going to happen. They're living in a prison. A prison of barbed wire, a prison of walls, a prison of aircraft surveillance, a prison of ships off the coast that are shooting at anyone that goes out to sea. That is the kind of life that they lead. Our solidarity, our images that get back to them through Al Jazeera, Press TV and all the others are very, very important. And it's that simple act of solidarity that boosts the whole movement. And so when we organise these things, make sure every student knows what you're doing and why you're doing it. Make sure the local community knows what you do and why you're doing it. And make sure the university fully understands that you are making demands on them, on the way in which they are, perhaps unwittingly, perhaps more wittingly, supporting the Israeli occupation of Palestine by their own investments. They, to me, student occupations are a very important part of the whole peace movement. They were there against the Vietnam War, they've been there over Iraq, they've been there over Afghanistan, we're there over Gaza. I've finished on this point. I think the demonstrations of the past few weeks have actually marked a complete turning point. In the past, we've had demonstrations over the Six-Day War many, many years ago. We've had demonstrations over Sabra and Shatila. We've had demonstrations over the building of the wall. We've had demonstrations over the siege of Jenin. We've had demonstrations over a lot of individual, appalling acts of terror conducted by the Israeli state against Palestinians. But this time, there's been a sea change. I do not believe the high point of demonstrations has yet been reached. I think the demonstrations will continue. I think the action will continue. And if Israel goes in again to start rebombing Gaza, or God forbid starts rebombing the West Bank, then the demonstrations are going to get bigger. Isolate Israel, stop the arms trade with Israel, stop the EU trade with Israel, boycott Israeli goods as a way of demonstrating our solidarity with the people who've been in prison for too long and deserve their liberation, deserve their peace and deserve their recognition. Thank you very much.